I've completed 9 rows now, and we'll count them just to make sure that we've got our counts right. First row was the foundation, and then I'm just going to count these spaces where I put in the chevron stitches. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rows. And one thing I didn't tell you at the beginning was that the odd numbered rows will be the right side rows. So we're ending on a right side, and you can tell it's the right side because the chains that you see at the top, they're facing you. If we look on the other side, you'll see that the chains at the top are facing downwards, so you can't see them. So that's how you can tell that we're on a right side row. Also, when you finish this row, tie it off and weave in the ends. We're ready to start our next part, which will be the visual interest part, which is our overlay stitches. And so from the afghan I showed you yesterday or last time, you can see that after 9 rows we're going to start these overlay stitches, and these will be back post half double crochets. Let's get started. We're ready to start with our first color, and I'm going to be using the dark rose. We'll be doing 8 back post half double crochets along each of these sides of the chevron all the way across. So I'm not going to tie a knot, but I am going to just pull up a loop in that last stitch, and then yarn over and pull through. And then each one of these posts here, we'll be putting a back post half double crochet. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the first one will be right here. To do that, yarn over, go from the back to the front to the back, pull through a loop. Got 3 loops on our hook, yarn over and pull through all 3. So that's our first one. Make this a little bit bigger. Okay, so that's number 1, and we'll continue. So yarn over, go from the back to the front to the back, pull through a loop. We've got 3 strands on our hook, yarn over and pull through all 3. That's number 2. Then we'll continue, yarn over from the back to the front to the back, pull through a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3, yarn over, back to front to back, pull through a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3. And we've got a couple of stitches here so you can see what's happening, but pull that a little bit tighter. What this back post half double crochet is doing is making these stitches from our main color from the previous row start to pop out. And that's giving us that texture or the overlay stitch. Continuing up the side, yarn over, back to front to back, pull through a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3, and then again, and that takes us up to the top of the chevron. We've got 8 stitches in there. Now we've got what was our chain 2 space on the previous row. We are just going to do a chain 1 there, just so we have a placeholder for where that top of the chevron should be. So chain 1, then we'll go down the other side of the slope, and then we'll just keep doing those stitches all the way across till we get to the end. So I'll meet you at that point. You will be putting a back post half double crochet in every stitch at the top of the chevron. We'll just do one single chain. So I'll meet you at the end of the row. Here we are at the end of row 10. We do not need to do a decrease stitch on this row because we did not put any extra stitches in any spaces. So the last stitch will just be the same thing. And then we will cut it, knot it, tie it off, and weave in the ends. So I'll do the weaving in later. I'm just going to put a knot in there to hold it. And notice how nice that looks. We've got that overlay stitch. Really pretty. Row 11. We'll start with our other color. This will be a lighter pink. Again, with right side facing, don't turn on any of these stitches because when we do these back posts, it will bring the chains to the front, and if you do it on the wrong side, that won't work. So I'm just going to attach it onto that loop there with the chain stitch that I did in the previous row. Chain 1, and then again we'll do the same thing. 8 back post half double crochets, and we'll repeat this exactly the same as the previous row, putting a space or a chain 1 space at the top of the chevron so we can keep track of where that is. So I'll just show you that one more time, and then I'll meet you at the end of the row. There we are at the top. We'll just chain 1 and continue all the way around, and I'll meet you at the end of this row. That ends row 12, and I've cut and tied off that second color. We're ready to go back to our main color now and resume our regular pattern stitches. Again, with the right side facing, we're going to join our main color and repeat the same thing until the end of the row, but don't cut this time. We're going to turn and continue, so I will meet you at the end to show you how to do that. This is the end of row 12. Row 12 was the same as rows 10 and 11, where we got our back post half double crochets giving us the texture, but we did lose our chevron stitches, our chevron pattern. So with this next row, we're going to reestablish that. We're just going to chain 1. We'll reestablish our chevron pattern. So on the back side, we'll do 5 double crochets, 6 double crochets up to the top. So that right here, and that's where we're going to do the top of the chevron. So there's our space right there. We'll put in 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets, just like we did before on our main pattern row. That will give us 8 stitches per side again. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Almost got 7 there. Let me put that one back in, and then 8. So we'll have 8 stitches down the side. And again, we're going to go back to our regular pattern. So we'll skip 3 stitches and put our next double crochet in that 4th stitch, just like we did before. Continue on this row. You will need to make a decrease at the end of each row like we did before, and then repeat this row 5 more times. So we'll have 6 rows between this pattern and the next one. I finished row 18. So counting here, we've got row 10 was our first overlay row, then 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. We're ready to put another panel of overlay stitches on, and so a couple of things to be aware of. I did tie off after row 18, and make sure that row 18 is a right side row so you can see the chains on the top of your stitches when we start again. You'll be repeating rows 10 through 18, that's the section right here, 3 more times, and then just repeating the first 4 rows, that's 10, 11, 12, and 13, 1 more time, and then we'll be ready to start our transition from a chevron pattern back to a straight edge.